제넥스 코카 최종환, MVP 킨 황규석, OGS 나다 이윤열, 플레이어스 알리시아 양준식, GSL 어게인스트 라운드 32 그룹 D.
Greetings from Seoul, Korea, and welcome to the GSL. I'm Tasteless. With me is Artosis. We're Tastosis, the casting Archon, and we are here doing another day of Code S. It's going to be a little bit shorter than a normal Code S day.
That's right.
Because
we had to move the match of Group C. No, Group D that has Huck in it because he's not here. So got to move that to next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Time.
So it's just going to be one little group today. Hopefully the games are long, so we got a lot of action to cast here. Yep. Also, as you can see, Artosis and me coincidentally both put on our yellow shirts today from thehandsomernerd.com. So we actually are the mustard.
Shirt. You're rocking it.
We're the mustard Archon right now.
Is that right?
French's mustard
I'm
Archon.
not like a huge fan of mustard. It has
You're
to
not?
be put. First off, I can't put mustard on anything myself. I don't know the amount, and I don't know really what it goes well with.
Well, are you talking about French's mustard or
I'm just talking about
Grey Poupon?
Overall, regular mustard. Regular mustard. Someone
mustard.
has to make me a sandwich and put just the right amount of mustard. If it's too much, I don't really like it.
I can actually take a lot of mustard.
I've seen.
I'm good at mustard.
Once upon a time, this guy in his apartment had this jar of mustard that was like that big.
Oh yeah, that guy's like
He
my
was used on
sidekick.
everything.
That's my little sidekick.
He's like carried around with him. We're like, Nick, we're going to see a movie. He's like, but
I don't know.
popcorn, it goes with mustard. No, Nick, it doesn't go with mustard.
I used to, when I was cooking chicken breasts, I'd dip that in a little bit of mustard.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was good.
That was a lot of mustard.
It was a lot of mustard. It was good.
You're a mustard type of guy, man.
I am a mustard guy.
If we
I
could transport
actually
you
like
back-
mustard more than ketchup.
If we could transport you back in time to World War I in the trenches, Tasteless, you would be fine without a gas mask.
Yeah,
You'd be
I'd
shooting
be able to
mustard
take the
gas
mustard
in there,
gas
just
to be fine.
You're like,
Yeah.
That's what you'd be doing. You'd be trying to catch it in jars so that you could put it on your rations later. No, Tasteless is poisonous.
Thank you. We're here at the GSL. This is Code S. So we got some excellent players here. Code S is just getting better and better.
It is. It's getting really so good. This group is actually one of my favorite groups, for sure.
Yeah.
We have a really nice racial distribution. Only 2 Terrans in this group.
Right.
So that's always exciting. Of course, we have huge names in this group. Nada. It's Nada. CoCa got really deep last season. Keem hasn't done that well yet, but a very good player himself. And, of course, the man that I'm in love with. Tasteless.
Yes, your man
Alicia.
crush, Alicia.
Yeah. He's pretty good.
He's solid. He's definitely a Protoss I love to watch, to study. Now, guys, remember when I asked you guys to tweet at Twitter? I mean, at Pepsi?
Yeah.
Well, it worked. So Pepsi got a hold of GOM. We did it. We won the internet. And now we're going to have a little event here today.
That's not my best smile.
No, it's not our best picture, but we did that right before we came in here. So send us photos of you with Pepsi products. And this isn't anything formal, guys. It's actually something
Just
where
a
we
fun
can.
little event.
Yeah, it's a fun little event. So do something creative. We got prizes and stuff like that. So just send that stuff in, and you'll feel free to keep hashtagging stuff. And yeah, so that little idea I had yesterday actually worked. It worked.
Yeah, it worked pretty well.
Pretty sick.
Yeah, a lot of you guys let Pepsi know that they are awesome for sponsoring these sports.
Yeah.
And seriously, do that. Whenever you see someone sponsoring an event, let them know. Via social networking. That's actually where they want to hear it.
Yeah, social networking actually works.
It does.
It's a very powerful tool.
Well, they don't call it social not working, Tasteless.
Whoa.
Oh, I ruined it.
Whoa.
I
That was
tripped
like
over
a
my
bad
tongue.
joke that people would use in the office, but
Yeah.
not terrible. Not bad. Actually, some of our bad jokes are pretty good.
Actually, our bad jokes are some of our best
Sometimes,
jokes.
yeah.
Bad is the new good, Tasteless.
It is. Wow.
Actually, bad was the new good like a while ago, but it's
but now
been long enough
terrible
that-
is like the new good?
Yeah. And we have a lot of that as well.
Yeah, we have some
We
funny
have
jokes.
every variety of joke tastes. We're
Yeah.
actually like a
We're like a
Subway.
rainbow of jokes.
Yeah.
Every color.
We're
of
a
jokes.
subway of jokes, Tasteless. You get to choose. You're like, I have some of those terribles and a little bit of this bad,
Kind of
but
extra sarcastic. And, yeah. A little bit of cynical on the side.
yeah.
So-
And if you go to a bad Subway, then they're like, I'm not going to give you much cynical,
I actually went to Subway sandwich today, and
Yeah.
they never put enough pickles.
Oh, you have to just keep
It's like
on
3 or 4 times like, can I have more pickles?
Yeah.
Like, put a few more on them. Can I have some more pickles, please? Not here.
Subway's
We'll give you
in,
as many pickles as you want. Now, here's yesterday's results. As you can see, MMA, Optimus, Nesty, and MVP are the survivors.
Yeah, MC not making it out. Kind of a surprise, but when you look at the group and how strong it is, not as much of a surprise. As far as Group A, pretty straightforward there. Of course, MMA did kill Nesty in a very well-played TVZ. And Nesty
God,
picked
that was
up
so
second.
good.
By the way, go and watch Nesty versus Happy. That was an awesome game. Totally a must-see. A must-see.
You didn't know who was going to win until basically that last, 10 seconds almost.
It's very
crazy. But yeah, again, I just want to echo what you were saying, Artosis. The Nesty against MMA game. So if you want to learn how to play a solid Terran versus Zerg on Metalopolis, I mean, you have to be very fast to be able to juggle tasks, but the way he played that was perfect.
Truly was.
It really was.
So, we see that today. You will be seeing that right-hand side, CoCa, Keen, Nada, Alicia. And then next Tuesday on the 16th, you're going to be seeing Bomber, Violet, Huck, and Killer. Both great and exciting groups. I like both those groups so much.
Yeah, today's going to be a good day. Even though we only have one group, which kind of sucks, we at least have, really interesting players. I love casting these guys, especially Nada, the Renaissance nerd.
Alicia, the man crush.
The man crush of Artosis.
I think of everyone, really. Anyone
Yeah,
who
of
doesn't
course.
appreciate this guy's skill with Protoss Tasteless.
He's good. He's solid. He's got a diverse style, too.
Yeah. But our first match is going to be CoCa, who had a really good season last season. Got eliminated by Nesty. Nesty doesn't lose games, so, I mean, what are you going to do, man? He hit
No
Nesty,
shame in
so
that.
He might be the second best player in the world. We don't know. We don't know. There's no telling. No telling.
Well, I
not
think
knowing.
he's got a more realistic chance now.
Oh, yeah. He's going against
question
Keen,
I'm wondering,
so.
Nada is actually, he's always so consistent, but it's funny because I would have thought, for instance, somebody like Nada coming from StarCraft 1 would have more success than somebody like MC coming from StarCraft 1. It's interesting to see that he's still just as... Oh, hold on, we're going to have an opening video, guys, and we'll show you that right now. Sorry.
All right.
코드 A에서
네.
제가 졌던 선수예요.
이미
황규석
석 선수.
사이다킨을 준비를 안 했는데
네.
이번에는 준비를 하겠습니다.
1.5리터까지는 안 되지만
네.
그 아래
500ml 정도?
네, 500ml 정도야 뭐 원샷 할 수 있을 것 같아요.
저는 그럼 1.5리터를 한번 가져오겠습니다.
네, 일단은 저번에 책을 못 봤기 때문에
네.
이번에 사이다를 좀 마셔줘야 확 풀릴 것 같거든요. 자존심 좀 세울 겸
예.
그 선수를 뽑으려고요. 절 초벌, 중벌, 말벌로 만드셨던 이윤열!
이번에는 제가 초벌, 중벌, 말벌, 대벌까지 한번 코카 선수도 있으니까
네.
코카콜라와 킨사이다를 믹스해서 일단 마시고 경기에 임해야 될 것 같아요.
자, 최종환 선수도.
네, 난 아무것도 안 했는데.
황규석 선수도.
양준씨!
네, 이번 시즌은 정말 더 열심히 해서 좋은 모습 보여드릴 거고
네.
어거스트 러쉬라는 영화를 제가 되게 좋아하는데
네.
그 어감과 같이 이번 어거스트는 제가 우승을 한번 감동적으로 감동 실화 영화를 한번 촬영해보겠습니다.
이윤열의 어거스트러시!
콜라캔을 준비하실 필요 없을 것 같아요. 제 상대는 오직 이윤열 선수일 것 같아요.
이번 시즌에 콜라보다 사이다가 더 맛있다는 걸 보여드리겠습니다.
저번에 이긴 기억이 있어서 그 기억을 되살려서 다시 이길 수 있도록 하겠습니다.
The battle of nerds and the battle of sodas.
Tasteless, I was dying there when Nada said he will defeat Keen even worse than last time. Last time it took him about 5 minutes. Used Reapers and Hellions. It was pretty sick.
Yeah, it was awesome. All right, here's our first Zerg player. We're going to have CoCa. CoCa is, of course, that was the joke, is, you take him out, you crush the Coke can.
Yeah.
Crush a Coca-Cola can.
We got Pepsi cans around here, Tasteless.
That's right, we got Pepsi now. So we can't quite make that joke work with his name now for this season. But anyways, this Zerg player, he's very good. A very solid Zerg.
Yeah, he really is.
One of the newer faces here in Code S.
He's definitely up and coming. I feel like he is Code S material. I don't know how high in Code S he's going to continually make it, though.
I'm under the impression this guy's goal is to stay in Code S.
They are probably.
I don't think he's anything crazy like MC. And, well, take a look. This is a good photo. This guy, Keen's looking handsome. He is a Terran player. We also don't know a ton about Keen either. I feel like these guys are in roughly the same realm.
Yeah.
Of skill set, of notoriety.
I would say so. They both recently came out of Code A. CoCa has been a little bit better, a little bit more consistent. But
yeah.
Keen, He's good. He just got kind of outclassed last season. Nada was too strong. I can't believe you actually picked Nada.
There's no shame in losing to Nada, yeah, but what's surprising is you actually selected Nada.
Well, people do that. I don't know.
I mean, if I was up there at the board, Artosis, they'd be like, who are you going to pick, Artosis? I'd be like, I'm picking you. And then they point to the guy who's the stump nerd, the guy that doesn't have any hands. He'd be like, come on. I'm a stump nerd. Why am I even in Code S? That's what I would do, Artosis.
Yeah.
So the map is going to be Belshire Beach.
A nice map for Zerg. Zerg generally favors this map over the other races. A lot of attack routes, big map as well.
Well, it's big and it's open, and Zerg like to be on big maps. It's not as big as a map like Terminus Reef, for instance, but
no.
Yeah. You know, I think it's a map that Terran can still beat a Zerg rather on.
Yeah, that's certainly true, Tasteless.
Artosis, I'm a little bit sleepy.
Are you?
I stayed up all night last night playing Demon Souls.
Yeah.
I've beaten the first level.
Congratulations.
You need to play Demon Souls, Artosis. See, I tell him this, and he's kind of like, I don't know. Dude.
I'm pretty busy with StarCraft, man.
I'm busy with StarCraft too, Artosis. That's all I do is play StarCraft and Demon Souls.
Well, all
and
I
cast
do is play
GSL.
StarCraft, so.
Demon Souls. Fans, let Artosis know on Twitter. Use the powers of Twitter. Let him know he needs to play this game. The countdown started. Our first game of today's Code S. We don't have a lot, so I hope it kicks a lot of ass here. Zerg against Terran, CoCa against Keen. The game is loading. So much pressure on these guys. They want to make it out of this group. They want to get farther. Who's going to do it? We'll either do it. We're going to find out in just a little bit here. I'm Tasis. With me is Artosis, and this is the GSL Code S. It's on over here in the upper left. Our Zerg player had a tough run in the previous GSL. He's here to prove himself this time around. He is
CoCa.
CoCa looks like he's totally distracted by something in the upper left-hand side of the camera if you're looking at It's okay. They're paid to be good at StarCraft. In the bottom right, our Terran player, same situation as CoCa. He has a lot to prove. This should be a pretty even match. He is
MVP Keen.
That was pretty good by Keen.
Yeah.
That was actually not bad, Keen.
You did a good job.
Yeah.
Wasn't as bad as Optimus, at least.
No mouth for Protoss. That's a good point. Protoss don't have mouths.
No, they don't.
They can never know how good mustard is.
Well, they could, but for what purpose, Tasteless? Maybe they use it as body lotion.
Oh, that's true.
We don't know what type of properties their skin has. Maybe mustard is the best sunblock they can get.
I mean, yeah. That's actually, wow.
Yeah.
Well, the Protoss Artosis actually, if I remember the lore behind them,
yeah,
I think they get some of their energy from sunlight.
They do. Right. So what if a Protoss is dieting and he wants to match his armor, he wants to be yellow? The only way to diet is to not let the sun hit you. Cover yourself with mustard.
Oh, day 9 for president. I agree.
He's not yet 35.
Watch out, Obama. You know I can't be president? Because I was born in France. I actually can never run for president.
Do you have a French passport?
No, I'm a U.S. citizen, but that's one of the rules, is you actually have to be born in the States.
But normally a country can actually designate where you were born as a temporary spot in that country or something like that. I read something like that.
I don't know,
I think
man.
You're safe. I think you can still be president.
No, I can't be president.
Listen, no one's going to vote for you, but I'm pretty sure.
No, of course they're going to vote for me. Are you kidding me?
I guess we'll have to disagree to disagree.
You have to be born in the States. Now, the Zerg hat tree is about to finish. Remember, this is not the ideal map for Terran to play against Zerg. And it's not like they can't win on it, but it's a little bit tricky. It can be a game where Zerg, if it gets longer and longer, Zerg's in a pretty good position. Marine coming in here. If he gets even one drone, that's pretty huge.
And one drone is taken out. The other drone's rushing away. Marine juking and jiving. Zerglings are about to pop out.
That was a nice fake there, running out and then running back in.
Yeah, smart moves
It's
by
a lot
both
of
players.
Lost mining time. And I got to say, Keen's doing a great job. You notice he sent the SCV into the main, so the Marine, well, I was going to say, so the Marine could escape back home, but now he's sent it back out here once again.
He wants one more drone, Tasteless.
Oh, he's going to get the extractor up. Nice.
Yeah, nice move there by CoCa. Very smartly doing that, and now Keen will lose that SCV along with the Marine.
I think it would have been better to sack the SCV and send the Marine back, but I guess if he did get a drone, that would have been pretty good too.
Yeah, that's what he was going for. He doesn't care about that one Marine, Tasteless. Every Marine life doesn't matter in StarCraft 2. Not yet, at least.
I know that now that we had that president, like, can you be president born in the country? Some moron on Twitter is going to write me like, no, man, because Barack Obama wasn't born in the United States. I was just thinking about that. Like, no, man, oh, God.
Well.
It's a birther. Now,
second barracks going up. Factory as well.
I have to say, so far, Keen's looking pretty slick this game.
Yeah, he's looking good. You know, just getting that quick command center out. CoCa on the other hand.
I like the Marine rush there, though. That was pretty well executed.
Yeah, it was. I love that CoCa has not overmade Lings. You know, 4 Lings used to always be the case. Nowadays, we're seeing a lot of 2 Ling makers. And, of course, that just means one more drone. Unfortunately for me, lost that drone to the Marine pressure. It happens. We do have Blue Flame on the way. So definitely could be seeing the Blue Flame Marine pressure that has become oh so popular in the matchup. I'm sure Keen is quite aware of it.
This is a map I don't think for Terran. It's best to do that pretty standard Marine siege tank push. It's really hard for basically Terran to push anywhere except for like the gold base. That's one of the reasons why Terrans aren't too fond of this map.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a map where, like, as Zerg expands, you're actually just still equal distant from the Terran always. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, that's all right, Tasteless. Well, we do have Stim on the way. More and more Marines being made, as well as these Hellions, which are soon to be Blue Flame. As he does scout, he's going to go ahead and see both of those buildings, which is pretty important. Roach Warren and Baneling Nest. It's going to tell him what possible techs there will be. But back home is making that nice little wall and a medevac. So it looks like we're definitely going to see that Blue Flame Hellion Marine pressure. But how much damage will it actually do? You know, having some Banelings and Roaches, that's pretty powerful as far as unit compositions go against what our Terran is actually doing.
Yep, Hellions are definitely the way to go on this map. Hellions are so fast. I love actually how we're seeing Hellions more and more and more in StarCraft 2 as the game continues to evolve.
Yeah, and it's certainly something that we will see more and more of in the future. Now, we do have a Viking on the way for Blue Flame Hellions loaded up into that medevac.
Uh-oh.
And
spotted instantly.
Right now, CoCa doesn't know about those Hellion stasis.
Yeah, it actually looks like the... yeah, you're absolutely right. It looks like the medevac is there to just accompany the Marines.
That is really, really cool.
That's sneaky.
Yeah, it's so sneaky because now he's just going to probably make a bunch of Lings to stop it. Why would you make Roaches against just Marines? There's no point. He has a few out there, but not a whole lot. So this drop may surprise him very, very well. Yeah, 16 Lings on the way. So.
I love what he's doing here. Yeah, because if the Zerg makes Zerglings and then Blue Flame Hellions pop out, it's like, oh, well, that was a complete waste.
By the way, CoCa is so good. He's throwing a Creep Tumor in his main base to help defend any drops like this. Very well done there. And looks like he... Wow.
Whoa. That was an interesting animation. Did you see that?
Yeah. That was actually really nice by Keen.
Looked like the medevac had a water gun. Now, this is pretty good by Keen. I don't know how long he could stay on the map, though, like this.
Yeah, he's got to be careful. There is a Spire on the way. Realizing that if you stay on just Roach Tech too long against this style, then, you know, eventually drops are going to start ripping you apart like we saw from MMA against an ST yesterday.
Uh-oh.
Stim already done for these Marines, microing back very, very well. Picking up a few, and just Roaches remain. A couple Zerglings are left.
Oh, nice. You can get in here, take out some drones.
Nice, lining them up right there to maximize splash damage. But as the Roaches come up, they will have to run away. That poor Baneling is never going to... Oh, he does catch him. Slowly but surely, Tasteless. The Tortoise Baneling.
And the Hare Hellion.
Exactly. Harelian.
Yeah. There you go.
Turtling.
Turdling?
Yeah.
All right, we'll take it.
Yeah, that's it. You got a problem with that, Tasteless?
No. No, I do not, Artosis.
All right, so
CoCa's in pretty good shape, even though he lost. You know, the Overlords, he's not.
he has a lot of mutas on the way.
Yeah, and the mutas are going to be pretty helpful. Now, there were a lot of banelings used to defend that initial attack, so the Marine siege tank push might be a little bit more effective here. Generally, this is not an easy push to do on this map. The distance is pretty huge.
Well, luckily for CoCa, he already has his baneling speed, so that is going to help out immensely. Does have some mutas out here as well. Try to pick off tanks if at all possible. He's got to be careful, though. What?
They can just barely not hit the Mutalisks,
That
apparently.
was like the closest I've ever seen.
All right, he's getting close to the expansion here. Not a lot of time left for the Zerg. The Queen goes down in a pretty gory death.
Can be pretty gross on extra high. Only 3 siege tanks here, and here we go. Nice flank going in. Trying to hold the Marines more in place.
They're running. I have to say that attack was somewhat of a failure.
But up come more units, so he's got to be careful not to overextend here.
And he definitely did there, losing all those banelings.
But still, he is up 14 supply. More banelings on the way. And I don't think that this push is going to end up doing too much because there's only 1 siege tank now. 1 siege tank, that's not something that Zerg's really scared of. It's when you hit 3 and more that it gets pretty frightening. And so here we go. CoCa's starting to engage a little bit. Waits for his banelings, rightfully so.
I can't believe even that Keen actually went all the way up here to attack this base.
Yeah, that's a long walk, Tasteless. You know, back at home,
He needs to get out of here.
He hasn't taken his 4th gas. I'm looking for another command center. I don't see it. He's adding 2 more factories, but not making anything out of them yet. Kind of interesting play here by Keen.
Keen seems to have fallen apart back home a little bit. You know, you want to be careful. With Terran, it's not always knowing when is a good time to push, but when is a good time to retreat and pull back out.
Oh, he has made another command. Oh. Looks like he
had a
just
failed
wants
drop.
Yeah, he's forcing as many units as possible. And, you know, his supplies keep up relatively well. He's at 123 against the 151 of CoCa. CoCa, of course, has had this 3rd base forever and a day. More siege tanks going to join this fight.
All right, when all these banelings hatch, the Terran might be in trouble here. He does have 3 siege tanks now. It's a better number than just 1, but I don't know if all these siege tanks are going to be enough to take out what is a ton of banelings. It's like, I think, 20? Yeah.
And here we go, a nice big flank on these siege tanks, and it looks like they will easily go down, but will these Marines fall? Hitting a lot of banelings into siege tanks, but still has quite a bit left, and if he can take out these medevacs, that's going to be quite huge as well. And it looks like he will taste this. Keen being kind of ripped apart by CoCa.
Yeah, CoCa really outclassing Keen. Keen is now finally getting his 4th gas. I don't feel like Keen has as much of a good plan. He seems to be much better in the early game, and as time progresses, he gets a little bit disorganized.
Interesting choices by Keen this game. Still hasn't secured that 3rd base, but at the same time, CoCa has not taken a 4th, so he's not necessarily dead quite yet. Still down 50 supply, unfortunately, but with 3 factories, he's going to do a very good job of being able to eliminate any banelings that come up.
Right now, CoCa is basically in control of the map. He's got a lot of map dominance. His creep spread slowed down a little bit. That's partially due to that push. But, you know, it's going to be pretty tough at this point in time for Keen to not only secure an additional base, but move out again. Although I guess he would disagree. He's going to try to push again anyways.
Might be going up to take this gold base, as we do see Phantom turrets getting ready to haunt the area.
Now, the banelings are, bro, there are a few booby traps around here on the map. I do agree with this for coming from Keen. Take the gold base. He's already pretty behind. Yeah. You're going to have to do something dramatic, not something conservative if you want to catch up in this game.
Of course. Now, we do have a hive on the way, a lot of Zerglings, as well as the pathogen glands. +2 melee attack, +2 Mutalisk attack. Kind of staying in the same tech zone. 86 drones at the moment and over 100 lings and 21 mutas. I am totally loving CoCa's play here. He's already maxed out against 142 Terran, and a counterattack is probably the best move he could do right now. Don't really want to attack into the massive siege tanks and turrets.
Well, especially if a planetary gets up over there. Is he making a planetary there, actually?
Nope.
No, he's making an orbital, excuse me.
I kind of like it.
Well,
I'm not a huge fan of planetaries, except against Protoss.
Now we have the Zerg expanding once again to the upper right. He may want to expand one more time even after that. since the Terran has taken a gold. We do have a drop in the upper right-hand corner.
Nice little drop going down here by Keen, unloading everything before stimming running in. Should have right-clicked in there. Could have done a lot more damage already.
Muta's on the way.
After a second, but
is he going to get it in time?
Oh,
So about 200 HP.
Close, and he does, in fact, kill it. No cancel there.
So that was definitely a success there by CoCa. Now another drop over here.
Nice Queen targeting on that medevac, and does take it down just as it loads up. Little mistake there by Keen, but his supply is closing. Greater Spire is on the way. Nice scan.
Yep, took out the Baneling landmine.
Yeah, you don't want to get by those.
It's becoming pretty popular to put Baneling landmines by Xel'Naga watchtowers.
Yeah. Stuff's always standing over there, Tasteless.
And we see a Greater Spire on the way as well.
Indeed we do. Keen has no idea about any of that tech, unfortunately. In fact, he has no idea. Well, he actually did scan and see the hive, so that's going to tell him, uh-oh, you got to be very careful here. Greater Spire is most likely what's going to be coming out, not Ultra.
Yeah, this is this push was probably triggered by the fact that he saw the hive. All right, and Zerg's going to counterattack as you predicted, Artosis.
Good move here by CoCa. A ton of Zerglings coming in. There are some Siege Tanks of Bunker and Authority here, but the depots are not up.
He needs to raise up the depot in his main.
And he
Too
does
late.
not do it. Zerglings do get inside. And, you know, this is slowing down his opponent very, very well. Also freeing up a lot of supply.
Yep. He can actually swoop in there with the Mutas and take out the Siege Tanks now if there aren't enough Marines over there.
You're actually exactly right. He just did that. Takes one out, but his Mutas at this point are very badly hurt as the Zerglings are cleaned up. Ooh, I love that. May as well make him use a scan. Very well done there by CoCa. Has a lot of Infestors on the way, has a lot of Corruptors on the way. It's definitely time for Broodlords.
All right, well, now is going to be the time for Terran to push, it looks like. The counterattack bought a little bit of time for CoCa. Now he's going to have to wait until he can get these Broodlords out. Meanwhile, Keen has a small window of time, as I said before, to move in here and do some damage. It does look like CoCa's actually a little bit... No, excuse me, he's not a little bit short on gas. It's actually Keen. So another counterattack here, just trying to buy time for those Broodlords.
And here we go, the Zerglings just coming in, killing a lot of SCVs off, killing Marines as well. This is absolutely doing what he wants it to do, but he does lose almost all of his Mutas in that last attack there. In the meantime, in the top right, we have lost an expansion. Nice drop there by Keen, just trying to keep up. And, you know, he's doing a pretty good job of it.
Nice! Did you see that? Now, in case you guys are confused, he wanted to force the Banelings to be used up more quickly. So he just dropped one Marine at a time. That can waste, 2 or 3 Banelings instead of just one.
Yeah, it's a very nice move. A lot of Infestors are out. A lot of Broodlords are morphing.
Now, the problem is, although Keen's taking out that expansion to the upper right, CoCa's already taken the gold and the middle left expansion.
And now we go. Nice fungal growth on those Marines.
These Marines separated from the Siege Tanks being chased south. He's stimming. There's really not much hope for them.
Yeah, they have almost no health left. Now the Broodlords are going to start attacking the Siege Tanks. We notice that he is starting to get some more starports to get some Vikings out, but it may be too little too late.
One factor about this map is that if you get Broodlords, you can actually control the middle of the map by parking the Broodlords over the trees over here. And that can be pretty tricky for the Terran to deal with. And
wow,
nice fungal
right there. Yeah, doing a lot of damage to those Siege Tanks, just weakening them up so that they die quicker later.
And this expansion over here, it's going to be very easy for Zerg to continue to attack this with the Broodlords. It's just going to be far too straightforward.
Making them unsiege. That is the beauty of this Tasteless. When you have a lot of Infestors and Banelings, all you need is for Siege Tanks to be unsiege.
Yeah. And here come the Broodlings now. That's what when they attack.
Yeah, taking out that planetary. And CoCa is just pushing him right back, man.
Oh, nice. One Brood Zergling over here at where the command center needs to land. He can't land it there until he scans.
Oh, man, and that is not any good. Tasteless right now, 10 times the income CoCa does have of his opponent, Keen, and Keen is looking like he is going to have to GG pretty quickly here.
Yeah, when you get Broodlords out like this, if Terran isn't 110% prepared,
yeah,
there's really not a lot you can do.
You almost have to overcounter them.
Yeah. All right, Vikings are out, but oh so too late.
Yeah, even has some Corruptors here to help out against them. All he needs to do is a little bit more damage with these Broodlords, and Keen is going to be in a position that he cannot come back from.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically game, guys. CoCa did a really good job. I really feel like he never had an incredibly scary presence on the map.
No, he really didn't.
He was pushing, and in fact, CoCa was almost too cautious about engaging. There were moments where it was like, well, you actually have 15 Banelings, and he has I think what is something like 10 Marines in a siege tank.
Well, Keem overextended. He was so hell-bent on actually killing that third base, which realistically against a top-level Zerg you shouldn't be able to do. Yeah, you can force a lot of units, but you should not be able to actually just walk in and kill him. So GG, Keem with the early mistake, not able to catch back up.
Uh-oh, he's going to have to do it now.
CoCa chugging what looks like
nerd blood
soda. See-through nerd blood.
All right. Can't wait to watch him throw up right after this.
He's
and
trying
of course, the
so
ceremony,
hard to finish that. So hard. That's actually...
CoCa was going to smash a Coke can.
Yeah.
I mean, but
Keem
was, excuse me. I got my word swapped.
And
all right. And so his response to that was he was going to pound an entire soda.
Didn't quite work. That's actually probably good for him.
Well, now he's disqualified from the GSL. He didn't finish it.
Yeah, man.
Those are the rules. At least one nerd at home's like, what? Really? No, man.
That's a crazy rule to have.
That's a crazy. I'm going to email
some guy that's really good at chugging soda right now. I was like, I better start practicing StarCraft. I can do that.
Well, look, I think Keen's pushes, to be frank, were just pretty bad.
Yeah.
It's almost like he's been training against Zergs where that push works. But
kills their third for some reason?
Yeah. That's not supposed to work.
You can do some damage, but he just kept rallying and reinforcing after losing tanks. It's like, kept going down to one siege tank.
Once you've lost...
One siege tank is the loneliest number that you'll ever do.
Yes. That you'll ever do indeed, yes. No, the truth of the matter, though, is that once you lose that initial group of siege tanks, the push actually has to end.
Yeah.
You're not going to be like, all right, well, I'm going to hold this place with one siege tank and just keep reinforcing. It's like...
Realistically,
no.
Until you hit some funny timing when you know that they've messed up or perhaps you maxed out, perhaps you're going for a specific timing push, this timing is not something that actually should be like a game ender, like a game destroyer, unless your opponent messes up.
Especially on that map.
And CoCa, he's not the type of Zerg that's going to mess up easily against that. So the fact that he was just totally into killing with this, like killing the third base, and of course if you kill the third base, that little push, you're basically going to win the game. So,
well, it's like he wanted to end the game at a moment when this isn't really an appropriate point in time to end the
exactly. You have
if you want to be aggressive like
style
that
now in TVZ.
Yeah, if you want to be aggressive on that map, take the gold base and do a few pokes. Don't try to end the game right away.
Yeah, man. Pokes are where it's at.
That's right. Take that, Facebook. Now, as you can see, the results so far, CoCa in a pretty good position. Excuse me. But the next group is going to be interesting as well because we have Nada against Alicia, and I think these are the two heavyweights of this little group here.
Yeah, they certainly are tasteless. There is Nada.
The Renaissance nerd.
He is one of the greatest players of all time. His ranking, look at that, 6th place. He hasn't won a championship, but yet ranked 6th place overall in the GSL. It's because he gets so deep just so often. Now, he just came back from a tournament assembly.
Right.
I was watching him in that. He got eliminated. I remember I watched Elfie eliminate him well, he killed him in the group, and then I think he made it to Braga. I didn't see that part, though. I was busy that night. But I think he lost to Mana, which is TVP. I believe so. Which means that, I mean, Mana is very, very good at PvT. But Alicia, I would say, is probably the best at PvT.
I think so.
In fact, he is one that has knocked out Nada in the past. That's one of the reasons Nada has chosen him.
And here's the guy we're talking about now, Alicia. In case you're wondering where you got that name, it was from Dungeon Fighters, one of the characters.
And, well, Alicia is great. He's done a great job. But at the past MLG, man, he got eliminated by Todd.
Yeah.
Todd was just like, who's this? And he
like, LOL, I'm Todd, guys.
Shoved him into a locker, and that was it, man.
Todd, the Warcraft 3 pro.
And now StarCraft 2 Pro. He's getting really good at StarCraft 2. I haven't seen those games yet, but
I miss Todd. We used to hang out with Todd.
Yeah.
From time to time when he was in Korea.
That guy a lot. All right. Here we go. It is going to be on Terminus 3, a huge, huge map. It matters what style you play as to who this is really going to favor. I know Nada knows that.
This game should be a pretty long game with these two players and their play styles.
I would
and
say
this
so.
big map, unless Alicia decides to go for a neck-breaking move early
Yeah,
on.
I don't think he
Some
will.
proxy Stargate or something. I don't think he will either, but Alicia, that's one of the hard parts about being a Terran and playing against Alicia.
Yes.
Is he has quite a toolkit to take
does
on.
indeed.
Now, Nada is not actually somebody who has an incredibly diverse set of builds, at least in StarCraft 2 so far. He's kind of kept a few that he's really, really solid.
Yeah, it seems like his TVT has more builds than the other two matchups combined.
Right. His TVZ especially, it boils down to about 1 or 2 builds.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Which can be fine, actually. Alicia just has so many that it's crazy.
Well, the countdown has begun.
You want to do the
Very
outro?
exciting
Go
match.
for it.
All right. You stopped me in the middle of it.
I'm sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
Alicia versus Nada, the map Terminus read.
Oh, excellent.
The winner goes on to face CoCa for a spot in the round of 16. The loser will face possible elimination against Keen. Who will win? I don't know. I love them both.
That was excellent, Artosis.
Thanks.
All right, game's loaded. Let's get this going. Nada against Alicia. Who's going to win? Alicia did last time. Can Nada take him out this time? We're going to find out. These are the two heavyweights in this group. Let's do this.